Hey guys, what's up? This is Weird Poly. Welcome back for another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to model a gear. So let's get started. So first, let's open the default Blender scene, and we're going to go ahead and click Edit, Preferences, and we're going to type in Loop Tools. And you're going to tick the box, you're going to come down, and you're going to save preferences. Once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and delete the default scene, and we're going to drag in a reference image. I will include the reference image in the description for you guys to download and drag in. I will also include a link that you guys can make custom gears and model them in Blender. So let's drag this gear reference in, and we're going to change the location to 0 all the way around, and the rotation to 0. So it should be 0x, 0y, 0z, and get it centered in the Blender world. Once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and bring it above the grid a tiny bit, and we will Control A, Mesh, Control A, Mesh Plane, and we will bring this above the reference image a tiny bit, and we will go ahead and click 7 on your numpad to go to top view. From here we will scale the plane down, and we want the origin point to stay in the center of the reference image, so we will go ahead and go into edit mode and move the plane to your first tooth that you're gonna shape out here. So let's go ahead and scale this to a good size. Select this, edge selection mode, go ahead and drag it down to about where the gear tooth would end, and we're going to click S and then X and scale it on the X axis, and we will click Control R to create a loop cut, and we will scale it on the X axis too to create a kind of curve effect here. So let's go ahead and rotate out of top view, select all, and we'll extrude it on the Z axis. We'll extrude it to about right there, and we will go to face selection mode and delete that bottom face here, X, delete faces. Now the curve here looks kind of, looks rigid, so we wanna fix that, and we're gonna go ahead and go to edge selection, and we will click Alt select, which will loop select these edges here, and we will click Control B, which will bevel, and we're gonna go ahead and open the bevel options on the bottom left hand side here, and let's go with 4 segments. Once you've done that, let's go to object mode, take a quick look. We can hide this reference image now by clicking it and clicking H for hide, and it's looking pretty good. So we will go ahead and file, save as gear or whatever you want, and we will go back into edit mode. We'll click A to select all, and we'll go ahead and use the spin tool, which is this little pizza tool down here, and what it does essentially is spins an object around an origin point while duplicating it. So let's go ahead and click it, and we will click numpad 7 again to go to top view, and we will click the little plus icon right here and go ahead and rotate it. We're going to try to rotate it as best as we can, 360 degrees, It doesn't really matter though, because we're going to open up the spin tool options here, and we're going to change the steps first, which is how many gear teeth do you want? How much times do you want the object to be duplicated? In this case, we have 22 gear teeth, so 22. We want this to be use duplicates, which is you want it to be duplicated. We don't want it to be all merged together and making an arch. So use duplicates. And we want to change the angle to a perfect 360-degree angle. From there, close the spin options. We will go ahead and go back into edge, or not edge selection, or yeah, select items. The select tool. Alright, and we will delete this duplicate. Wow, I'm being dyslexic today. Delete this duplicate by clicking X, delete faces, and we have all of our teeth here. Now we will make sure we're in edge selection mode, and we will fill the spaces in between each tooth by selecting the edge, shift selecting the other edge, and hitting F to fill. And we will do this all the way around. Alright, now that we have all the spaces between the teeth filled, we are going to go ahead and change the width of our gear. The way I like to do this is clicking 1 for front view, 1 on the numpad, and we're going to go ahead and click Z and go to wireframe. And then we're just going to go ahead and click B for box select and select all the top verticals. Go back into solid mode and go ahead and change your width to what you want it to be. I like this about here. We're gonna go back into edge selection mode. We're gonna go ahead and click, or not click, loop select, alt left click, the bottom edge circle. We're gonna loop select the bottom here, and then we are going to click F to fill, and we'll loop select the top, and we'll click F to fill. Let's go back into face selection mode, and we will make sure the top is selected, and shift select the bottom, and click I for inset. And it's all up to you on how far you want to inset this. I'm going to inset it to about right here, and I will click X and delete faces. This is where the loop tools will come into play, so we're going to go ahead and loop select the bottom again, loop select the top. We will click N and open up sidebar here and go into edit, loop tools, and click circle. It will turn what we just had, which was a more rigid, mathematically incorrect circle, into a more mathematically correct circle. Alright, now we've done that, we want to go ahead and take a look at our gear, see if we like it where it's at. Alright, we're going to make it look a little better by going back into edit mode, and we're going to go ahead and select all of the top edges here, but only around the gear teeth. So the way I'm doing this is holding down Control and just selecting edges, and it will link to the nearest edge to the last one selected. And then we'll do the same for the bottom. And then from there we're going to go ahead and select these two faces, or these two edges on each tooth, which actually, yeah. So let's do that. And now we should have the gear selected like this, and we will click Control B for bevel. You can change your bevel segments to what you want. I'm going to put mine as 1 because I like the more sharp look. And you can change the offset to your desire. Change this to that. So 5. I'm going to use 1 segment because I just explained it. And we'll click out and click out again. It looks kind of rigid around the curves, so we'll go ahead and click Shade Smooth. We'll add a modifier, which is this little wrench tool right here, and we will go to Edge Split to get a nice smooth look. Alright, this is looking how we want it to look so far. And next step would be adding the middle. So let's go ahead and loop select this top piece, loop select the bottom piece, and we will Shift D, and then we will Control E, and we will bridge edge loops. Then we will use S for scale, and we'll scale on the Z-axis, scale it up. We will loop select the top and bottom again. Actually, just loop select the bottom, fill the bottom, loop select the top, fill the top. Then we will go ahead and make sure both sides are selected. Inset faces again using I. We will click X, delete these faces, and loop select the bottom and top once again, and bridge edge loops once again. From there, we're going to go ahead and loop select all the top and bottom edges of this cylinder shape, and we will Control B and bevel them also. Let's go ahead and shade smooth. So this is what your gear is going to look like finished. Please leave a comment in the description if you would like another tutorial, or if you would like a tutorial on how to texture and animate these gears, or if you just like the tutorial, just leave a comment. Let me know how I can improve, what you disliked, what you liked.